It's a popular play that's been performed in high schools and community theaters across the country and won critical acclaim on Old Broadway. It's called The Miracle Worker. It's the story of Helen Keller and her very special teacher, and they're doing it right here in Tuscaloosa. Joining me now to talk more about it is Adam Miller, the Managing Director of Theatre Tuscaloosa. Adam, thanks for being with us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Danny. I'm glad to be here.
Well, there you are. This is a great show. I have never actually seen this show, but I have heard really good things about it. So go ahead and plug away.
Well, it's an amazing production. Really, this performance is really, everybody thinks about Helen Keller. And Helen Keller is an Alabamian that we can all be proud to claim because of the amazing work that she did. But this was really the beginning of her life. This story focuses a little bit more on her teacher, Annie Sullivan. Annie herself dealt with blindness and went through 9 very difficult and painful surgeries back in the late 1880s that restored partial eyesight to her. So she kind of knew where Helen was coming from. She also grew up in a poor house in Boston, the Tewksbury Almshouse. And at that time, a poor house meant that they put anybody with any kind of disability, so whether it was mental disabilities, physical disabilities, and they were horrible conditions to grow up in. And Annie, so she understands that if she can't get through to Helen and change Helen's life, that Helen is going to be doomed to an existence in that kind of an institution eventually. So she's really committed to helping her.
And she is the miracle worker. We've got your video that was posted on YouTube earlier today. This is from, or I'm not sure when you guys posted it. We found it earlier today. We'll put it that
it's
way.
It's up there.
And this is, when did you guys shoot this?
Well, this was actually Monday night's dress rehearsal. You know, last night we had to cancel our Pay What You Can preview night because of the weather situation. But as you can see, our performers are ready to go, even though they missed their last rehearsal. Tonight is opening night at 7:30 p.m. and then we're performing again tomorrow 7:30, Sunday at 2 p.m. and next week, Wednesday at 2 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. and then Thursday through Saturday at 7:30 p.m. in the Bean Brown Theater at Shelton State's Martin campus, which is down there 69 South, Old Greensboro Road where the Winn-Dixie is. A lot of folks remember when we used to be down at the Bama.
That's right.
And sometimes don't remember that about 13 years ago we moved over to Shelton State Community College. But you can see our amazing cast there. That's Stacy Panich playing Annie Sullivan, the teacher that I was telling you about. And this is her departure from Perkins School for the Blind. She was sort of rescued and had an opportunity to change her life by moving out of the Tewksbury Almshouse and into the Perkins School for the Blind. And that's kind of how she got the job working as Helen's teacher. And that's Jeff Wilson. Serving as Captain Keller in the show, her father, and this is one of those tender moments between the two of them. Most of the show, Captain Keller does a lot of yelling. He's fought in the Civil War. He's not sure the Civil War is even over. But that's one of those tender moments between him and his daughter. And of course, these two big personalities meet up, and you can imagine Annie Sullivan coming up against Captain Keller. There's some sparks that fly there.
Absolutely, and I believe I recognize Zoe Jones.
That is Zoe Jones, daughter of Brent Jones, who is a Theatre Tuscaloosa regular, along with Jeff Wilson and Stacy Panich. And she takes after her father. She's a talented young woman who, you know, this is such a challenging role for a 10-year-old to play because you've got to be blind and deaf. And all our instincts as people who can see and hear is when you hear a loud noise, you turn towards it, or if somebody waves their hand in front of your face, you look at that. It's just second nature. So she did a lot of rehearsing with a blindfold and has just done a tremendous job with this role. You really are going to believe it's her. And she looks like Helen Keller.
There you are. I believe we saw Charles Prosser in there too. A lot of familiar faces in the show. Like I said earlier, it's a great show. I haven't seen it, but enough people have seen this show in various places to tell me that it's a great show, and I trust their opinions. So I trust yours too. This looks like it's going to be a great production.